I know there are a lot of folks out there going through the same thing, this whole empty nest concept, the syndrome, if you would. We've got Natasha Reed-Rice, our special contributor, along with Elena Taylor and Carla Gaskins, each going through different phases of this. I have a question for you. Is it easier with boys, girls? Is there a difference in how that looks? You two have both. You have just the girl. I'm curious what this is like.
I don't think it would necessarily be easier, because I think part of, if I'm honest, it's that notion of control, right? Like the idea of and protection. So whether boy or girl, I'm like, I need to know that you're okay, that you're doing fine, but also at the same time saying, I'm gonna trust you.
Right.
So trying to shift into, I trust you, because the more I worry, the more they then begin to worry, unless we show that we trust them so they can trust their own
and start
choices.
second guessing themselves.
Yeah.
So that sense of reassurance is really important. Same thing.
Well, for me, in some areas, because they did cross support, I gave them, like, their last year in high school, guided freedom. So the whole 12th grade year, they were able to make decisions, what parties to go to, all of these things.
Wow.
But they were still in-house.
Yeah.
So if I saw them get a little far left, I'm like, okay, let me pull your coattail just a little bit. However, but that whole year, they were able to make decisions on their own without having to ask.
What a great idea. That takes a lot of courage on both ends, right?
And then you can kind of tell who's ready for college. So if someone comes in and says, okay, hey, I need a gap year, you're thinking in the back of your mind, I knew you need a gap year.
Wow. That's a good time to assess.
And they can make mistakes in the house.
In the house. So
I know I gave my daughter those same choices, but probably
in
more
her
so,
senior year.
No, when she got to her junior year.
Oh, wow.
Because I wanted to evaluate if she would be able to make the right decisions and the right type of company she's going to keep. I'm not so worried about her protection, because I pray over her and I cover her. But my concern for her is, who are your new friends? Because I know her friends from high school, but now she have new friends in college. I don't know them.
And
she may know them, but I don't know them.
Yeah.
And new experiences, and I don't want her to be naive and get introduced to things that she's never been exposed to. So that's my concern, is what kind of company is she keeping?
Yeah. I'm wondering about the lessons you are sort of imparting with your children now that they're gone, that came from the experience you had when you left your parents' nests. Was there something about how your parents set you off into the world that you said, that's exactly how I want to do that, or I'm going to tweak it a little bit?
I think for me, my father was always very big on teaching me to think. Right, and I tried to do the same with my children. And so what I keep reminding myself of is, I taught you how to think. So just keep thinking and making good choices like that. And when I have those conversations with them, I don't have answers for them all the time intentionally. Because I want to ask you questions and see how you're approaching it. And that's where I gain my sense of, okay, they're good. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, taking confidence in the fact that we raised them as they should have been raised and ready for this moment. Yeah.
And how about with the two of you?
For me, my nudging her was different. My mom was a single parent, and she had 4 children, and she worked all the time. So a lot of times we basically were raising ourselves. So we made a lot of mistakes along the way. So I said, you know, I will try some of the things that my mom did as far as allowing her to make her own decisions. But if I see those decisions look like they're not the right ones, I'll just kind of nudge her a little bit and say, hey, I don't think you should try it this way. But she's always been open to hear what mommy has to tell her. That's what I love about it, because even when she make decisions down to what she should eat, that's how she was. What do you think I should eat? And that tells me she value what I say to her. So she's open to advice. So that helped me a lot.
Yeah.
With me, I think it was more just giving them the freedom to speak. Giving them that space with me to be able to say whatever they needed to say. So even when they when they left home, they were able to call back and say, hey, this is going on. And
that bridge is still there. It's still
the
firmly
bridge is still
intact.
there.
I want to get back to you though, Carl. This schedule that you still have, right? You really are literally looking at her schedule and making sure.
She gave me her schedule, so I wouldn't worry. She know I was going to ask for it. So before I asked, she said, Mom, I'm going to give you my schedule, so you'll know when I'm in class and when I'm not in class.
But how much, I mean, it's been a few weeks now. Do you feel like you're starting to sort of kind of put a focus back on you yet?
Yes.
Or are you still? Okay,
yes,
that's
for
a good,
me, yeah, because I intentionally did not date for 7 years. I'm divorced.
Wow.
And I'm raising my daughter alone, so I wanted to make sure I give her all of my time and not to expose her to anyone in our life. And then not only that, I was working on some things, and actually it was good for me because now I have things that I can do while she's away. It's just that she's not a part of that long list of things that I'm doing.
Right.
But that's what kind of helped me with the process of being by myself, because now I can be busy with some of the other things that I'm doing.
I gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
How about for you?
Yeah, I think I was a single mom at a certain point with my sons before my second marriage. And so during that period, I had to work and provide like you all. And I remember being one day feeling really sad about having to travel. My dad said, they need to miss you. That shifted my whole perspective. Like, as much as we think they need us, they don't need us all the time. No. And part of their being able to, so I'm, continuing with that even with
What
college.
do you mean they don't need us all the time?
Right.
And I learned that when I was traveling as well, that she don't need me because she figured some things out on her own without me being there.
And sometimes we get in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they have an option, they're not going to take it because mom is there. So
Have any of you said, when are you coming back yet? Have you said, are you coming back for the holidays? Are you coming back for spring break? Has that question been posed?
It has for me.
All right, we're going to answer that when we return. I want to talk to, or are you just like, no, we're good, we're here. Whenever you want to come back, we'll continue this conversation when we return. Stay with us.